request and will send response back to client application. HTTP request and HTTP response. In HTTP protocol, we have methods. In HTTP protocol, we have methods and we have status codes and we have status messages. Okay, HTTP methods. HTTP methods. They are very important to understand, guys. HTTP methods. Now we have several methods like get, post, put, delete. There are seven methods are available in the HTTP protocol. Out of those 7 methods, in our REST API development, we are going to use these 4 methods. What are the 4 methods? First one is get method, second one post method, third one put method, fourth one delete method. Get method is used to get the details from the server, to get the information available at the server. It is used to get information available at the server. Getting the data, it is used to get the data. Get request is used, client will send the get request to get the data from the server. Get request, when client will send a get request is used to get the data. It is used to insert a new record at the server. It is used to insert new record at the server. It is used to insert a new record at the server. New record at server. Okay. Put, it is used to update existing record at the server. It is used to update existing record at the server. Okay. Delete, it is used to delete the existing record. It is used to delete existing record at server. It is used to create info. It is used to get or not create. Here I was wrong. It is used to get info available at the server. It is used to get the information available at the server. It is used to get information available at the server. So here, very frequently, till end of our course, we are developing RESTful services. We are going to learn the microservices. Till end of our course, we are going to work with these HTTP protocol methods. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It acts as a mediator between client and server. In this HTTP protocol, very frequently we are going to use 4 methods. What are those 4 methods? Get, post, put, delete. When client will send a get request to the server, if a client wants to get the information available at the server. If a client wants to get the information from the server, then client will send a request to the server. Come on. If client wants to get the information from the server, then client will send a get request to the server. Post, it is used to insert a new record at the server. Post is used to insert new record at the server. Put, it is used to update the existing record. Put is used to update the existing record. Post is used to create the new record. Put is used to update the existing record. Delete is used to delete the record. Okay. So when we are developing the API, based on our method functionality, we are going to use these HTTP protocol methods. If you are developing a method to insert a record in that server, then go for post. If your method is responsible to update the existing record, then go for put. If your method is responsible to delete the record, then go for delete method. If your method is responsible to give the data to the client, then bind your method to get request method. Get, post, put, delete. These are HTTP methods that we are going to use in our REST API development. Guys, still REST API development not started. Still we are learning basics to start our REST API development. Samjha? Good. Next one. HTTP status codes, guys. HTTP status codes. HTTP status codes. HTTP status codes. When client send a request to the server, server will send the response by using some status code. When client want to send a request to the server, client will use appropriate HTTP method to send a request. Okay. When client want to send a request to the server, client will use HTTP method to send that request. When client wants to send HTTP request to server, then client will use HTTP method to send that request. Are you guys getting my point? What is the purpose of HTTP method? When client wants to send request to server, then client will use HTTP method to send that request. What are the requests that we are going to use? Get, post, put and delete. HTTP response codes. After processing the request, after request processing completed, server will send the response back to the client by using HTTP status code. After request processing got completed, after request processing got completed, server will send response to the client. Server will send response to client using HTTP status codes. Okay, why we are learning the HTTP status code? Why we are learning HTTP status code? Simple example, sir. Swiggy send a request to the server. That is a Paradise application. Swiggy application acting as a client. Okay, then Swiggy is sending that request to the Paradise to book that food, to place the biryani order. Now, how Swiggy will understand whether the order is confirmed or order is failed? How Swiggy will understand order is confirmed, order is failed? Can Swiggy consider that every order will be success? Can Swiggy consider that every order will be success? Some orders might get success, some orders might get failed. Okay, how Swiggy will understand that order is a success or order is failed? How Swiggy will understand that order is success or order is failed? Paradise restaurant application will send some response to Swiggy. In that response, status code will be available. Based on the status codes, clients will understand what happened with the request. Based on the status codes, clients will understand what happened with the request. Are you guys clear with my point? After request processing got completed, server will send response to client using HTTP status code. Based on the HTTP status codes will represent what happened with our how server processed our request. HTTP status code. Based on HTTP status code, clients will understand. Based on HTTP status code, clients will understand how server processed our request. How server processed our request. Okay. If a status code is not available, can you understand what happened with your request? You cannot. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? Simple example. Let me show you. I am going for one tool, guys. We don't know what is that. Forget about it. Just I'm opening one tool. Okay? That is called Postman. We are going to discuss that in the upcoming classes. Okay? We are going to open one tool that you don't know what is the tool also. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know about this at this moment. Leave it. Now, I want to access Google, guys. I want to access Google. I sending the information to insert into the Google server? I want to get the data from the Google. You tell me. I want to get the Google or I want to insert the data in the Google. Get the data. So what method I need to use? Get or post or put. Which method I should use? Get. What is the URL? www.google.com. www.google.com. Send a request. Send a request. Did I get some response or not? Did I get some response or not? This is the response I got. Google page preview. What is the status I got from the Google server? How Google server processed our request? 200. 200 means what? Success. 200 means what? Success. Let's go here. www.ashokit.in. www.ashokit.in. Send the request. What happened? What happened? Am I able to get the 200? It is responding or not? Yes. Now, www.ashokitech.com. www.ashokitech.com. Send the request. 200 response I'm getting or not? 200 response I'm getting or not? Yes, I'm getting that response. Now let me do one thing. Let me do one thing. www.abc.com. www.abc.com. Send it. Send the request. 200. Okay. 200 I'm getting. That means there is a website with the name called abc.com. Is it true? abc.com. abc.com. There is a website with abc.com. Can you see this? There is a website with the abc.com. Yes or no? abc.com. Do you have a website or not? Yes, we have a website with abc.com. We are able to get that response. Okay. Let me try with this. www.1234.com. Send the request. Send the request. 200. That means, do we have a website or not? With that name also, we have a website. 1234.com. 200. Success. 200 means what? Success. Let me give some incorrect URL. www.abc some .com. Click on send. Oh, what happened now? There was a error. There was a error. It is not processing. It is not processing. Am I able to send the request? I'm not able to send the request. Now let's try one thing. www.ashokit.in/Java. Send the request. What is this? Status code is modified or not? Is it coming as a 200 or is it coming as a 404? Is it coming as a 200? Is it coming as a 404? Come on guys. Is it coming as a 200 or it is coming as a 404? 404. So, response status codes are modifying or not? Status codes are modifying or not? Response status codes are modifying based on our request. So now tell me, server will send the status code or not? Server is going to send the status code. After request processing got completed, server will send the status code. Server will send response to client using HTTP status code. Based on HTTP status code, client will understand how server processed our request. Based on HTTP status code, clients will understand how server processed our request. Status codes are categorized into below types. 1XX, 1XX, nothing but 100 to 199. These are called informational status codes. These are called as information. informational status codes. Next we have 2xx, nothing but 200 to 299. Any status code from 200 to 299 are called as success or okay. They are called as success or okay status code. 3xx, 300 to 399. Any status code between 300 to 399 for redirection. 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 Request is redirected from one server to another server. Request is redirected from one server to another server. That is called as redirection, rerouting we can say. Reroute or simple. What is a simple example for redirection? Can you access this URL, guys? Can you access this URL? Can you access this URL? www.ashokit.in. Okay, I have given that URL to you. Can you guys access that URL? http://www.ashokit.in. What will happen when you access that URL? What is happening? What is happening when you access that URL, man? Can you tell me what is happening when you access that URL? Is it successfully loading the page? Huh? If you click on that URL, it is successfully loading the page. Huh? Who told that it is successfully loading the page? Who told that it is successfully loading the page? You try this URL. You try this URL now. I have given one URL. http://ashokit.in. You try that URL. Is it going to that one or it is going to another one? I have given the new URL http://ashokit.in. What is happening with that URL? Can you guys tell me what is happening with that URL? Come on, what is happening with that URL? It is redirecting to another website or not? Is it redirecting to another website or not? That got redirected to another website. That is called redirection. You are sending the request to one URL that got redirected to another URL. That is called redirection. And the next one is 4xx. 4xx nothing but 400 to 499. This is resource not found. Resource not found, or we can say client mistake, client error. We can say it is a client error. That means if you do the mistake in sending the request, then you will get 4xx status code. If you send incorrect request to the server, when you will get 4xx? When you will get the 4xx, guys? If you send incorrect request to the server, then you will get 4xx. You see here simply, postman. Now I'm sending ashokit.in/java. What is the status code I'm getting, man? 404. So is it server problem or is it my problem? Am I sending the request correctly? Am I sending the request correctly? I'm not sending the request correctly. That's my problem. That's a client mistake. When client has done mistake in sending a request, then server will send the response with 4xx status code. 4xx status code will represent that is a client problem. That is a client problem. Samjha? Okay. Okay. Guys, I will tell you everything. I will tell you everything. So, how to host the website, everything. I have done the Ashoka IT website hosting. We have integrated the payment gateways in the website. We have implemented bulk SMS. We have implemented bulk emails, payment processing, class notes, file upload, file download. If you go to my courses, Spring Boot microservices, that course you can find out. Sir, now I'm going to tell you that customer support complaints also available. If you are facing any complaint, if you have any problem in attending the classes, if you don't have the link or whatever you have the problem, from which course you belongs to, you can raise a complaint in the Ashok IT. Ashok IT team will respond to your complaint. Whatever the response we provide, that complaint response you will get it. That status will be open or closed, you can see. So I have automated the things here in the website. Last 3 days I worked on this website and I have fixed some issues in the website. Class notes display. Last time we were having some bug in the class notes display. I have fixed it. And you see this table I have added. If anybody lost the link, you no need to call our team to get the link. You no need to call our team to get the link. Can you access the Zoom link from website directly in our course? Can you access the Zoom link directly from here, guys? Telegram link also you can access from here. Now, do you need to call the admin people to get the details? Course is running or completed. That status also will be available here. Zoom link will be available here. Telegram group link will be available. If you have any complaint for us, you can raise your complaint. You can raise your complaint. Admin team will respond for your complaint. Their response message also will come for you. Your issue will be open or closed. That status will be available for you. If anybody wants to join for a new course, that you can do the payment from the websites directly. You can do the payments from the website directly. Payment integration is done. Razorpay I have used to integrate the payments. You see, the payment integration is also completed. You can do the payment also from our website. So now things are automated. I want to simplify. I want to simplify the work. Okay, I want to simplify the work. So in the coming sessions, what is my next task is, I will enable comments here. Now if you go to my course, so there are so many people are joining for the course now. Here below the class notes, I will give an option to comment. If you have any doubt, you can ask the doubt directly in our portal. Chat option, comments, Facebook post comments will be there na, comments, likes will be there na. Like that I will give that option to comments, post and all. I want to do some work there. Okay. And in the back end, so much functionality is there in the back end, man. Whatever you are seeing in the front end is nothing. Lot of things are there in the back end. Everything is automated. Everything is automated. Faculty module is there. Student module. Now whatever you are seeing, this is a student module. Whatever you log in here, this is a student module. So as a student, if you log in, you can go to dashboard. You can see my courses. You can raise the complaints. You can access your course. You can access the notes. You can download the notes. This is the student module. And the faculty module is available. Faculty ka kam rehta hai functionality. Just that faculty will upload the notes in the portal for the student. Suppose now I log in as a faculty. After our class completed, then what I will do? I will go to this 13 SBMS batch. I will upload the notes. I will upload the notes here. That will come to your dashboard. Okay. Now this is a faculty dashboard, and we have admin dashboard. Admin dashboard is there. Okay, can I show you the admin dashboard of our project? वो बहुत लंबा होता है भाई. Admin dashboard. You see, mock interviews, faculty payments, how much payment we are making for a faculty, batch schedule, what are the batches currently running, who is the faculty for the batches. Okay, batch schedule, settings, uploading the banner. Whatever the banner you see in the front end, that is uploaded from the back end. The images that you are seeing, that scrolling, images are scrolling here. The image scrolling will be uploaded here. I can activate and I can deactivate it. I can activate, I can deactivate it. Okay, staff, backend team people will be available here. Total registered students in the website, total courses available in our website. Okay, settings available. See, payment settings, SMS setup, payment, SEO, social setting, general setting, social settings. Now, you are able to access some links in the website, right? WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, all the links are coming from here. We have added all the links in the backend. Everything we are reading from the backend. Okay, suppose general settings are there, footer part, logos, mobile number, contact number, GST fees, email ID, address, everything is automated from the backend. No more manual work in the Ashok IT website. Things are completely automated. Okay? We will do this, we will learn. So I want to, next time I'm going to take the internship candidates. I will develop these kind of projects, guys. I will take the people for internship. I will ask the people to develop these projects for 3 months of time. Then they can attend the interviews. Internship programs we are going to open very soon. Okay? It's like an office company. It's like a company. We'll take the people who completed the training. We will ask them to develop the projects. Internship people will be there. You like the project or not? So I think we are the first people who automated class notes in the Amirpet. Class notes in the portal, Zoom links, everything in the website. I think no other institute is doing this. Cool. Good, sir. Let's come back. Here, we are going to take this 5xx status codes also available, guys. That is nothing but 500 to 599. 500 to 599, that is going to be server error. When client send a request to the server, when the client send a request to the server is not able to handle the request. Okay, or else some code got failed at the server side. To process null pointer exception. Then we are going to get 500 error. Okay, 5xx 500 to 599 server error. 1xx means informational, 2xx means success, 3xx means redirection, 4xx means client error, 5xx means server error. Good. So these are HTTP status codes. Sir, when you will start DevApps batch? Oh, you people want me to teach the DevApps? Do you guys want me to teach DevApps? How many of you interested? जावा छोड़ दूं क्या? जावा छोड़ दो? I don't leave the Java, man. ठीक है? We don't leave Java. Good. We'll talk about that, sir. We'll talk about it later point of time. All right. So we are trying to understand what is HTTP protocol. What is HTTP protocol? What is HTTP? HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP acts as mediator between client and server. In HTTP protocol, mainly we will see HTTP request and HTTP response. Here, if two applications wants to communicate, they need HTTP protocol as a mediator. Here if you see Swiggy and Paradise. Swiggy is one application which is going to act as a client. Paradise is one application which is going to act as a resource. Okay, client application will send the request to resource application by using HTTP request. Client will send HTTP request to the server, that means resource. Resource application will process that request and will send the response back to client application. Okay, good. HTTP nothing but Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, so now there are some methods available in HTTP protocol. When client wants to send request to server, then client will use HTTP method to send that request. When client wants to send HTTP request to server, then client will use HTTP method to send that request. What are the methods that we will use frequently in HTTP protocol? Get, post, put, delete. When to use get? If a client wants to get some information from the server, if a client wants to get some information from the server, then we will go for get request. When to go for post? If a client want to insert a new record in the server, then client will send post request. Get, post. Put request means if client wants to update some existing record at the server, the record is already available in the server, client wants to update that record, then we will go for put. Okay. Next one is delete. When to go for delete? Delete is used to delete the record available in the server. If a client wants to delete one record available in the server, then we will go for delete request. When we are going to develop REST APIs, we should be perfect in HTTP protocol. Without having knowledge in HTTP protocol, we cannot develop the RESTful services. We cannot develop distributed applications. Okay guys, good. Now go for status codes. What is the meaning of status codes, guys? What is the purpose of status codes here? What is the purpose of status codes? After request processing are completed, server will send the response to client using status codes only. These status codes are universal. Guys, HTTP protocol not only for Java developers. HTTP protocol is an universal protocol. .NET people will use, Python, everybody, every application which is running in the internet will use HTTP. So HTTP is meant for only Java developers, huh? HTTP is only for Java developers, huh? No. HTTP is universal. Every programming language developer should know about HTTP protocols. Got my point? Based on HTTP status code, clients will understand how server process our request. Based on HTTP status code, clients will understand how server process our request. Okay, 1xx, that is nothing but informational. 2xx, success are okay. 3xx, redirection. 4xx, client error. 5xx, server error. Got my point? Perfect. And one more thing that we need to understand is HTTP request structure and HTTP response structure. HTTP request structure and HTTP response structure. HTTP, guys, don't feel bored because of theory. This theory is going to help us a lot in developing REST APIs. HTTP request structure will have initial request line, will have initial request line, will have blank line, will have blank line, will have a header, blank initial request line, header, blank line, and body. Initial request line, header, blank line, and body will be there. Initial request line, header, and body will be available in HTTP request structure. what type of request client is sending to server. Okay, initial request line, header, body will be available. Good. Similarly here, initial response line, initial response line, initial response line, response header, blank line, response body. This is the response structure of HTTP. HTTP response structure. Initial response line, response header, and response body. Okay, here it is called as request header and request body. This is called as request header and this is called as request body. Request header and request body. Request header and request body. This is the structure of HTTP request and HTTP response. Now, when a client is sending a request to the server, the request will go in this format. Request line will be available. This is nothing but a URL. URL. In the initial request line, URL will be available. Okay. Request header. Request header nothing but metadata. Request body, which is nothing but payload, business data. Payload will be available. Payload. Okay. Here also, here in the response line, status code will be available. Status code will be available in initial response line. Here metadata will be available. Here payload will be available. Payload nothing but data that client is sending to server, server is sending to the client, that is called as payload. So this is HTTP request structure and HTTP response structure. Are you guys able to follow me? What is request structure and what is response structure here? Guys, tell me. Tell me, are you able to understand what is the request structure and what is the response structure? How client application will send a request to the server, how server application will send the response to the client. Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand this? How client application will send the request to the server, how server application will send the request to the client. Come on guys. How client application will send the request to the server, how server application will send the request to the client. Are you guys able to understand that? Come on. Are you guys able to understand that? Initial request line, request header, request body. Initial response line, response header, response body. Client will send a request to the server, server will send the response to the client. I hope you guys understand what is HTTP protocol now. I hope you guys understand what is HTTP protocol now. Guys, able to understand the HTTP protocol now? So today it's only theoretical part. From tomorrow our program is going to start. From tomorrow our REST API programs are going to start. So before coming to tomorrow's session, let's revise what we discussed about XML, JSON, HTTP protocol and all. Okay. Now, someone is asking why we need to send the metadata in the request. Metadata will tell information about the data. Now, client is sending a payload. Whether client is sending XML to server or JSON to server, client will keep that information in the metadata. Hey server, I'm sending XML. XML data, business data I will keep in the payload. Request body. The information about the information is called as metadata. Okay, like a content type, accept header, we will get to know the Dev Prasad. It's too early to tell you what is metadata, what is payload. Just I gave you structure, just you look at the diagram and leave it. When the example comes, I will elaborate more about what is payload, what is metadata, what is URL and all. Samjha? This is just I gave you an introduction about HTTP. We are going to develop the applications for next 2 weeks based on this HTTP. Getting my point? Okay guys. Okay, that's good. So please revise the concepts before coming to tomorrow's session. I'm going to upload the notes for you guys. You can access it in our portal. Okay? 13 SBMS, upload the notes. 13 SBMS course topics. Today we discussed more about HTTP methods and status codes. HTTP methods and status codes. So what you need to do before coming to tomorrow's session, you need to practice more on Jaxby and Jackson and revise HTTP concepts also, so that we can get started with REST API's development from tomorrow. Yes, notes uploaded. I think you guys can access that notes now. Check it guys, are you able to access the notes? Criteria API examples, Sahiti will discuss about criteria API and all. Data JPA concepts are pending for 14 SBMS people. Guys, I will conduct one free workshop on the data JPA for 2 days. You guys can attend that. I will announce the date. I will check my schedule. When I'm going to conduct the classes for data JPA over the weekends, I will conduct it. Okay, for next 15 to 20 days, the data JPA concepts are not required because we are going to concentrate only on the REST API development. I will plan for that data JPA workshop. Don't worry guys, I will cover that. I remember that. Okay, fine guys, thank you. With this I'm stopping for today. We'll continue from tomorrow. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow.